Hey, Katie, this will be a little shorter of a message for you. I'm sorry I blab so much here. But this one is titled Israel, and it's really just a revisit of the person of Jacob. And it's about the time that Jacob wrestled with the Lord. And you'll recall that Jacob, obviously, I've said this time and time again, was the person who stole his brother Esau's birthright, and then he stole his blessing. He was a very treacherous, deceitful person. And then he also probably didn't deal with his uncle Laban very well either. And I think up to the point that he wrestles with the Lord, when he's probably in his early 60s at this time, he's a person who is primarily about himself and about overcoming things primarily on his terms. But of course, at this time, Jacob faces something that may indeed destroy him and his family. His brother Esau is coming to meet him, and he knows that he's treated him in the past, obviously 20 years earlier, in a very reprehensible way. And so Jacob does really the only thing he can do. He begins to cry out to the Lord. And you know the account. He begins to wrestle with the Lord. And this is probably the pre-incarnate Jesus Christ, the Son of God, God the Son. And he wrestles and wrestles. And finally he gets to the point where he says, I won't let you go unless you bless me. And I think what Jacob was really saying was, Lord, your will be done. Save me. Your will be done. And so really for the first time in a deep sense, he's beginning to submit his inner self to God's will. And it is at that time that God says, okay, I'm going to give you a new name. It's no longer going to be Jacob. It's no longer going to be the deceiver. It will be Israel. And you're not going to be about yourself anymore. You're going to be about me. And then, of course, he does something to his hip, so he limps for the rest of his life, which is a sign of the new Jacob, and I think a way for God to keep Jacob dependent on him. And then, of course, when you look at the rest of Jacob's life, he is indeed a very different man. It's not Jacob battling with God anymore. He may battle with people around him, but he's made his peace with the Lord. Because, again, it's not about my will be done. It's about thy will be done. And I wonder in our own lives, my life, if God doesn't give us a new name, when we finally come to that point where it really is about his will. Anyway, God bless you, Katie, and God bless you too, Hunter, if you're listening. Bye-bye.